Well, here we are. Hello. It's another Title Tuesday. And yeah, I don't know how we're going to do today. I've just got back from being away in Croatia, which I absolutely loved. Really, really, really nice country. If you're Croatian, hello. Very reasonably priced beer. That's always the way to judge the economy of the local establishment, I feel. And nice food, like great beer, great Well, it's Belgian beer, so maybe that's kind of cheating a bit, but it was really really nice, and some very I like the goulash. That was good, but I have got a little bit of a cold at the moment. I know I hate making excuses, complaining, but I've got a bit of a bad throat, very bad throat, so I might not be screaming as much as I normally do. Do I normally scream? Hopefully I don't scream too much, because that would be a little bit weird. Okay, right. So this is more of a positional game. Let's concentrate on chess. So I'm trying to get my knight into this square. Normally black can play g5 here. It's pretty even, because black's very solid in this setup. This bishop not very good, but it might come out later on when black is possibly able to play f4. So I've got to watch that bishop escaping. I'd love to have a pawn on h4 already, but I don't. So I think we'll keep it simple and we'll grab that bishop. Maybe not my opponent's best piece, but hey-ho. And then where do we put this one? Where do we put this? Okay, not a very good square, but the c-file is key. My opponent can try to attack over here, and I've got to attack on the queen side here. Bit of a slow start. How have you guys all been? You all been good? So I was doing some reporting on an event over there, the Grand Chess Tour. I can't remember what I was doing now. So it had some great players. It was just missing like Hikaru and probably some other players, but it had like Magnus, who I hear is pretty good at chess. I know he's pretty good at chess. Gukeshi, who is pretty decent little player, and Firouzja, stylish guy. Firouzja, I have to say, he's got some class. I'm getting outplayed here. I've just realised with this coming in here, so I better think a little bit. Maybe I need this as well at some point. My bishop should really be on this diagonal. I really don't want to allow that knight to come in. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop it, but this is quite an annoying threat. So I will grab that pawn, and I've just got to play around this knight. Might not be the end of the world. Now, is that knight threatening? Okay, maybe it's threatening. Oh, is that an issue? That is an issue, because this one as well. That's an annoying bloody move, isn't it? My rook can't move anywhere. And this knight takes here looks a little bit scary because of this one. I do have queen f1, so not to panic yet. But h6 is probably just very strong. Knight takes here, takes in, and I can go knight here, but then there's some capture with the bishop and problems. So this is okay. Now I can take this. So this is a nice resource. And g6. Obviously, I've got to really watch out for getting my back rank, which is incredibly weak. It's actually still not that clear after g6. It kind of feels like I should be winning, but takes, rook g7. I don't get anywhere. So g6, because otherwise I'm just going to take here. And now my back rank, if I come in, there's a bishop g7. It kind of feels like there should be a win here, but I can't see it. And if queen here, knight takes e5, I lose. So it's a strange position where, again, it feels I should be winning, but I don't know. I don't know if I am. I need to give my king an escape square. Is that the right square? It doesn't feel right to come all the way back. Queen here, knight takes here is just very strong for him. yeah, this is a bit of an issue, isn't it? It's weird. It feels like I must be doing well here somehow, but how? I don't know. I don't see it because he's going to move his knight next move, and I'm in trouble. Okay, so I can't see anything else. I've got to be able to move this bishop and stop getting back ranked. Maybe there was something stronger there, but I couldn't see it. Queen here would have run into knight takes e5. Now, knight takes e5. I'm hoping I got something like bishop e3 or bishop somewhere. Then knight d3. And it looks a bit scary for me. But I can hopefully not get back spanked. Don't want to get back spanked. So he might have something else very strong here. But knight takes e5 looks, yeah, like a very wise choice. Now I've got to go here. I don't see any other move. And this one, this is why I had to keep the queen here, because otherwise rook c1 comes. And now I'm covering this one. And now maybe I'm just about okay. Let's get that king an escape square, because that king is really asking for it, right? And now, yeah, now I should be, I say that cautiously, should be doing well. But obviously, we know how good I am under pressure on the clock. Do we just take this one? And let's just take all the bits off, because time is ticking. And come on, pawns, run, my friends, run. Oh, he's gone there. Okay, strange. But it doesn't make any difference. He was clearly losing there anyway. Yeah, not the easiest of games, that one either. So I gave myself some back rank problems there. I think this moving the rook in was quite important, otherwise I'm a lot worse. But it feels like I was dicing with death. So let's just have, well, we always try to have a little look, see how crap I am at chess. Put the evaluation bar, put the lines on afterwards, realise that I'm still crap, not getting any better. In this position, like I said, it's about even, this opening. And, well, it felt around about here that this move is a weakness that he's played, because c6 and a6 are a bit weaker. But as you can see, it's still just really rather even. And yeah, I don't like putting my bishop here, because whenever I always try to put my pieces on squares with a future, it doesn't have much of a future there. But I thought it was important to get the rook here. And this one, okay, I hint at that. So my opponent played very well now. And this was a really nice idea, because if he can get his knight to c4, which he did in the game, I could be positionally lost. It's going to dominate my bishop. So this, now I can play knight g5 as the computer. This was the move I wanted to play. Rook c6 a second choice, so let's have a look at that one. And again, knight g5, trying to swap off this knight for this knight, because his knight is really the only dangerous piece. But actually, after taking here, knight c4, I have to move my bishop. It's attacked, and now I miss queen c8. I have to go knight g5, and this is where I thought he just plays h6, and it is the computer's top move. When I was worried about taking here, my knight getting in trouble. Because if I go knight here, which I might have to play, it just looks lost this to me. Because he can take, and if I was him, I would probably go for the ending. Because this ending is disgusting. This is actually a very thematic ending. The computer says it's even. I do not believe that. Because I can't attack his pawns. Because my bishop is dancing around them. It was Boris Spassky who talks about his divorce, who said we were just like opposite coloured bishops, him and his wife. But here, this bishop, it can't do anything. It's going to dance around. It can never attack his pawns. I can't really push a pawn, ever. And his knight can harass my pawns in a lot of weird ways for a long time. So this is a really uncomfortable ending. I mean, it might be holdable. I'd probably just have to sit here and suffer. But it would not be nice. And the way it was played, well, g6, I did find the only move, Queen F4. So I actually found some alright moves in tricky situations. What country is that? Dominican Republic. Okay, what are we going to do? Okay, let's go E4. I was thinking about doing a bit of English, but let's see. And now I'm just gonna do my English. What do we call this? The English Grand Prix or the British Grand Prix, because a lot of British players have played this. Most notably, I was playing on the same team as Luke McShane in the European Team Championships, and we were playing against Bulgaria, and Luke used this to crush Cheparinov in not many moves. Now I think E6 is right. Now can I sacrifice there? I don't know. Let's sacrifice, because that's the way we rock and roll. And it's not really. I mean, if he takes there, his king becomes a little bit open. So he's gone here, and now I'm hoping Bishop G5 is going to be an annoyance for him, because there may be a threat of taking here, taking the bishop, and one more move, I bring my knight out, I get developed, and this seems a little bit annoying. So he's decided to go for this. Now rook takes, his knight comes in here, and normally I'm not too worried about this pawn, but should I be? Here takes is okay. I mean, it's only a pawn. We famous last words. I'm so good at losing pawns. No, I don't really. No, I can't go b6. Okay, I have to play this. There's no option. Now taking here, I can come in. And is that going to give me some attack? Well, I think we'll find out, right? The other idea was to come in with the knight to take on d6, but getting the rook in seems reasonably logical. It has cost me a pawn, this, clearly. This, I don't know, is not a major threat, I don't think, because where's the follow-up? Ah, bishop d1 at the end. So I'm threatening bang, 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 bishop d1, winning a piece. This, I think, is also good. Bishop here and bishop e2 at the end, winning a piece. But he's got two pawns for the piece, so this is the same combination. But his king comes in here, and actually it's really unclear, this ending. Even though I got a piece, he's got very good central pawns. He doesn't take it. Well, that surprises me, because this looks very scary for him. Now, can we keep attacking? Well, I think, you know me, I'm not going backwards. This, where else can I move my knight? Nowhere. So this is the square I want to move my knight. We just come towards his king. And obviously if he takes my knight, this looks very scary for him. And maybe we can hint upon ideas of the queen coming in. But knight f3 is a very natural move in this position. He can check me and then attack my rook. And that is quite annoying. Is this one also? I'm just thinking he has to go rook e8 probably. Here, okay, he has rook here, so this queen h6 is not achieving a great deal. Ah, now he goes check, king f2. Because if I go king here, he goes here, but then even takes king h2, and I have a very big attack. Maybe also I had something else there, like e5, but I'm just going to keep moving my pieces towards his king. Now I think rook takes is alright, because I can come back. Okay, you can take here. Surely there's something good here. Nearly have queen takes here. Oh god, I can't see it at the moment. Just gonna come here with this idea, because my king needs a bit of room, and I don't want to play h3 because we want to play h5. Okay, so now this surely opens up more possibilities for me. Like this one. Is there any checks? Oh, flip. Just about okay. No, it's not okay. Fuck. Oh, Simon. Oh. Right. That was really bloody annoying, right? And now the queen's... Oh, no, it comes right. Oh, Simon. Fuck. Why do I always do it? Always. Okay, it's pointless. Oh, man. That was just... Oh, fucking hell. Okay, let's have a look. So... Again, good game and stupid blunder. So it wasn't as clear as one had hoped. But let's have a look around here. So this is where it should be winning, but it's not entirely clear. Actually, e5 even stronger, which clears a lot of lines. But let's have a look at this tactic. Now, I think he should just go rook takes f6, and he's got a lot of play, which the king says. This seems very risky. I played the best move. He played the best defense. Now, knight f3 is a good move, so we'll keep going until I go wrong. He took here, and now it says g takes, which is really weird, but it does give my king a lot of space. But what human would play g takes when you can move the rook in? I know I drop a pawn, but it's not as clear as I thought. This is the only time probably in the game where I can keep an advantage, so I shouldn't be kicking myself too much. So yeah, g takes does seem very peculiar move to do, doesn't it? Okay, so rook takes. I didn't realise this wasn't as good, and now he has got a lot of pawns, but it just seems like his king should be getting mated here, yeah. But bishop h3, that's a bizarre move. Wow, but I think this is okay because again, my ideas seem sound here. And now h4, he plays here, and this is where I've got to be very careful. And it looks like I have to exchange queens because of the tactic he played. This is just where I blundered. So it's not as good as it looked, this whole tactical exchange. So, and I just made this one mistake. So, which is actually, I should never fall into this, but... And of course, 2 pieces on Prix, game over. So it was an alright game. And I shouldn't kill myself over that. And you can see, yeah, a little bit better, and it just sort of dips. So this was really the chance here, where I have to take with the G pawn. And I it did seem like around about earlier this idea I got a lot of play, didn't I? It was very dangerous for him. And actually my idea of taking here seems very clever, but it is more clever to, in this position, yeah, I mean something like this is a really nice idea, because I think after all the captures my bishop's going to be on something. So maybe this rook takes g7. This is the move to do it. A line clearance, clearing this and clearing this square. And this is really he could easily just lose here. You know, this position could just be. I mean, he has to play knight h5 to stay in the game, and even then, I just take here, and this is very clear. This should just be winning for me. Okay, well that was a little bit annoying, but it was an exciting game. And let's just see what happens, by the way, if he takes here. So I did a similar tactic here. I don't take on f6. I play here, and after the king moves, we take here. And now we see that this move is a killer, because I'm not just winning a piece. Because actually here I'm not even material up, but look at the threats I have. Threat. If he takes my bishop, the queen comes in. This is a monstrous attack. So that was a killer move at e5, which I didn't see. So I can't kick myself for being blind. That'd be a little bit harsh. So yeah, so I was over in Croatia. I was just reporting there for Take, and just there with a cameraman. It was. I really enjoyed it. We're in Zagreb. I'm not a great fan of cities, so like any city, I'm like, okay, it's just a city. Obviously, there's things to see in different cities, right? What are we going to do, by the way? Let's. I never play E5 because I don't know what I'm doing, but let's do it. And I think if I went to Croatia again, I'd love to go to the coast there. But it just seemed like, the people were friendly. Like I say, I really like some of the old bars that they had. There's some cool little old bars. I found some nice beer, and I like the food a lot, and it was cheap. Oh my god, it was like a good price. Okay, now is this like me not knowing what I'm doing and going to get my butt kicked very quickly? This could be a concern, right? Now that really scares me. I don't know if this is theory, but D4. This is why. Okay, D4 looked very scary. Now can I go here? Mix it up a little bit. D4 was a move that, I think that would have really caused me some bother, because now, I mean, look at that knight. What's that knight doing? That knight has drunk too much Belgian beer, and it's like, hey, off we go, boys. Whoa. And he's pushing Harry like no man's business. And what's the flip is going on? Well, let's take that one. And this looked interesting, but maybe not for me. So is there not a good move here? It feels like there should be. Now, moving the knight is possible here, and then queen. It's really bloody. God, it's complicated, isn't it? What have I done here? I've messed my brain up here. Here, knight takes, pawn takes. Okay, is this the best I've got? There should be something better. I feel like there's something here. Is there some E3 even? Is there some bishop here and take here? What the flip is going on, boys and girls? Do I just move the knight and say, well, your move, Mr. Bond. Here, takes, bishop here. Okay, let's do that. Probably queen here was better. So I'm not too worried about him. The light squares are pretty juicy. So if he decides to take my rook, I feel like I'm going to get a little bit of action. F3. What? So he doesn't. He doesn't take it. Wise. Okay. A wise choice. Okay, so I'm still going to leave that rook, because the light squares, if we can get... He's not going to take the rook. It's too dangerous, because this is very... Yeah, this is much more scary. Just here, and I'm... Okay, I've got to try to keep playing mad moves. I'm sure this ain't in any opening books. If I just come up with an opening here that is... He can't take that. He can't... Why am I even looking at it? He won't take my rook because he will get absolutely destroyed. Okay, now check. Can I take here? Can I go bishop here? Okay, let's do this one. I don't want him castling. Okay, now check king here. Oh, he's got bishop here, right? Still here. Even here, I feel like there should be some action. But maybe my action is running out here, because if you ever... This was quite slow, this move. It's like queen here or something. I found it. These players always find bloody good moves. Okay. Here. And now if he takes here, I castle. Do I have enough for a piece? Well, we'll find out. Again, I doubt it. But that's the story of my life. Just knight d2. And then what? My bishop's very strong. It's a weird position. Weird. Rook e8 and just sort of say, well, life goes on, my friend. Or do we go rook here and go for b2? I don't know what the flip. Rook here, he castles kingside. Rook here. Knight d2. Why is he not playing that quickly? I don't understand. Okay, he does play it. Bastard. Now knight here. He takes... Okay. Well, okay. I have to move quicker, don't I? Fuck. I'm running out of ideas. My bishop is strong, but it's only one piece. Fuck. Bishop here. Fucking hell. Oh, man. What the fuck happened there? That's what happens when you don't play openings you don't know. It was far too complicated for me. And was there any way I could have survived that a little bit better? I don't think so. It never quite looks like enough, right? I mean... Yeah, this is just terminal. Why am I playing on? I've got not many pieces. And that is that. Fuck, Simon. Fuck! Okay, well, let's have a look. Experimenting doesn't always work. And let's see what I missed. Okay, we'll go back. Did I miss anything? So this is probably all theory. I don't know. And d5 is... Or g6. Okay, I have to look at this line. Probably all theory. And, of course, d4 was very strong here. But no, the way he played it, I thought I got... Yeah, I got a good position, right? But I did not take my chance here. So I did... This is fine. And now here... So I was thinking of knight g2, but after this, knight e3. Oh, I missed that one. That is very nice. So I check here, and then this one. He can't take with a pawn, and if he takes with this, pawn, I just come out and grab the knight. Oh, I knew there was something there. Just didn't see it. Fuck. Okay. So the way I played it was still interesting, I think. And maybe I should just play more sensibly here. Move the rook, play some moves. But actually, bishop c5 is the top move. So, okay. And now here, knight g5, the top move. So I'm finding the top moves here. And now castles was better. I should just castle. Yeah, I thought he would castle then. But maybe I'm not worried about him castling. Maybe there's some way I can still attack here. Knight h3, apparently. Not easy to see. Okay, well, bishop b5, some logic to it. d4, we're trying to get his king trapped, but it wasn't working. And maybe this is just losing, right? Here, and there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. So it was tough. That's what happens when you experiment. These guys, I mean, they're not the strongest players in the world, but if you don't know what you're doing, you will just end up losing. And here I played a very, very bad move, but as we can see, it's losing already. So this is the problem with chess. You got to play stuff you know. I mean, I wanted to experiment. It was kind of fun, but I needed to know more than what I knew there. And for example, this position was great. And had I looked at this, maybe, or had I a little bit more time, maybe I would have found this check and knight e3. So we've got 1 out of 3. Probably not a good time to say like and subscribe, but if you want to, do it. And we better start winning some games after that. So a quick pause at my end, but the next game will start very soon. Oh, well, the next game has started. I've lost a bit of time on the clock, so we better stick to what we know in this game. I felt like experimenting, but it'd also be nice to get some points. So we'll go back into my faithful Dutch, and we're trying to Dutch it up a little bit. Get some water for my throat. That's probably going to screw my throat up. Not playing the Dutch. The Dutch does not screw your throat up, as far as I know. Does it? I don't know. Maybe you're screaming at yourself, no, not this shit opening again, when you play the Dutch. I hope not. I have felt that way on occasions, do not get me wrong. And I'm just playing a very classical setup, where we're putting a bishop on a tasty diagonal. And do I flick in this one? Maybe. This is, you know... And generally, we want him to castle, because when he castles, we can swing it like we mean it. That sounds like it could be some really shit pop song, doesn't it? Swing it like you mean it. Swing it like you mean it. Swing it. Swing it. Swing it like you mean it. You know, and they have a diagram of a rook swinging. Swing it like you mean it. Swing it like you mean it. Swing it. Swing it. What? That'd be a flipping terrible song. I can see some attraction in it, actually, but now I have to swing it like I mean it. Is the only way. We've got to swing it like we mean it. Swing it like we mean it. Swing it. Swing it. And you've probably seen me do this kind of crap before. And it rarely works, but when it does, it's a lot of fun. And, you know, we got a bishop lined up, we got a rook lined up, we got Her Majesty the Queen flying in, and occasionally this knight may want to nibble away at my opponent's kingside. Now, oh, can we do that? Please, please allow that to be a possibility. Takes check, king here, knight f2. And I literally explode. But he's got knight g2. The fucker. The fucker. So, can we go... I mean, this is not going to work, Simon. Why are you even trying? Can't you just grow up occasionally, Simon? And try to be a normal human being? No, I don't want to be. Here, and we flick it in. I'm looking at so much shit in this position. Oh, come on. There must be something with a little bit of panache. Here, f3. Maybe the best we've got. Which is a shame. Okay, I'm going to throw the queen in because f3. I'm thinking I might be able to go queen here. Just... And then bishop moves and my fun continues with knight takes g3. Whoa, whoa. Swing it like you mean it. Swing it like you mean it. Oh, you boring bastard. Oh, come on. Give me something sexy here. Here. Rook here. If there's not something sexy here, the laws of chess, the chess gods, are cruel. Here. Takes here. Nothing, is there? There's nothing. Nothing. He's trying to stop all my fun. So what do we do? I want to sack something. I don't like queens. Here. It's just bullshit. Absolute nonsense. Okay, I'm going to have to like move because I'm running out of time. We still have some potential. Like the rook h2 is one potential, but I'm running out of time. And can he go there now? And defend like a wimp. And then I'm going to try to just swing the other. Let's try to get the other knight around, shall we? I have a rule. If you can't do it immediately, then you know, bring in the reinforcements. So let's bring this one around. I can't see anything immediate. This one is like potentially an idea, but it doesn't work. So I need to get the reinforcements in. So in we come. Okay, now what's next? Literally got all my pieces around his king. This one and Prix looks nonsense. If he goes here, I come back and I say to myself, oh, what The flip are you doing? I should have waited until he put his bishop there. It would have been so much more kick-assery. Now, this one, okay. Come back. Now he goes g4, and I'm like, fuck. Fuck you, motherfucker. Excuse my French. Just nothing here, is there? Okay, I'm going to keep coming at him because... Let's get the rook behind that pawn first. Because he's a bit low on time. I mean, he's not doing anything, so I'm just going to come at him. Ooh, this looks a little bit scary, but, you know, life is a jungle. Welcome to it, my friend. I'm sure those lyrics have been sung before. Yeah. And now we take here, and surely, McSurely, there's something. What? I can't even... My eyesight cannot cope with this. You can cope with that, though. Boom! Swing it like you mean it. Swing it like you mean it. Terrible song. Get that non-song out of your head. It's not even a song. Why am I getting a non-song stuck in my head? Oh dear. Okay, that was interesting. One thing's for sure. They are interesting games. They might not be good games. They might not be correct games. But they are fun. On this channel. I hope. Okay, right. Well, let's have a look. So it got kind of interesting. And what did I miss there? Did you guys see anything else? So we swung it like we meant it. Look at it. In you come. Now he did find the only move apparently. Bastard. And this was the first idea. Fly, my baby, fly. And the point is, if he takes this check, and it's nearly something from a magical fairy tale book. Brothers Grimm. Here. Oh! You get double points. Did you know? If you double checkmate, discovered check. Checkmate, check on top. Checkmate. But this line... I just made myself dizzy by moving my head. It does not work because he goes there. Bastard. So we couldn't do that. So we threw some more firepower into the pit of doom. And now he played this peculiar looking move, and it feels here that I'm very near, because if pieces could, like, I know pieces can jump. That was very camp, wasn't it? I'm trying to like show a jumpy bishop. Then this would be a good idea. Here, checkmate. That's just the kind of thing I would do with a very smug look in my face, and then my opponent would go, "Are you tripping?" and just take the rook and make me look like a fucking idiot. It's happened before. So that doesn't work. So I found the best move. Okay, I'll let you guys see. Here. And now we went here, and do we not have anything? So again, I'm finding the best plan. Look. Move the knight in. And now it just went all schizo, basically, didn't it? Queen here apparently is a good move. Who would find such a move? I thought g4 was scary, but apparently not. And knight g4 is clearly a good move. Why didn't I play that? But then he just goes back and it's a draw, so I don't understand. So I wanted to... The next thing I was trying to do was go g5, because I run out of... I felt like around here, basically, well, look, if I can't do anything with my 1 million pieces I have lined against his king, I need to bring in something else. And it goes back to that reinforcements, and the reinforcements was, in we go, g4. Now he found a very good way to create counterplay, and I was a little bit worried here, but only a little bit, you know. There's no point freaking out too much in life. And this seemed logical, so my knight can move, and now it just goes mental. And this was probably not the best move, but I had no time. It clearly wasn't the best move, and now he can defend. but he didn't defend. He lost control of h3, so we were able to produce a nice little shachmat. Sorry about the swearing today. It's a very emotional game, chess, and you know, it's just emotional, basically. That's all I can say. My throat is killing. I had COVID like a couple of weeks ago. I have heat rash from the. I just think gingers just melt when gingers just can't cope with like the heat. That's probably what it is. Now I've got this throat thing. Like, when's it gonna end? You know, I thought it's been quite healthy recently. Goulash and beer. What's wrong with that? Right, 4 rounds. We're on 50%. I will press the pause button, and we will be back in a jiffy. All right, we are back, and let's throw in a positional game. Let's try and have the most boring Carson-like, granddaddy chess-style-y game of all time, where there's no tactics. I'm just going to nurture my small yet dangerous positional expertise. So this is what we're going to try to do in this game, and this is a bit reverse Sicilian-ish. Let's castle, why not? Now, I don't know. B4 is H3. What am I doing here? I don't understand positional chess. Let's do this. It's a move. Gain some space on an area of the board where we may want to party. Oh, is this his idea? I didn't really pay much attention to that. And okay, well I might as well keep pushing. Push it like it's hot. What is wrong with all me saying all these bloody lyrics today? Push it like it's hard. Push it like it's hard. Okay, do we do this, or do we just calmly retreat and try to kick this one away? I don't know. I just don't understand positional chess, do I? Why don't I take? Okay, why don't I? Okay, so he has. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, let's do this like a Russian. We take the squares, we push them back. No tactics. We blunt the bishop. We gain control of the center. Does that sound Russian to you? And now we go in and we try to use some central squares. I'd love to have this kind of move available, but I don't know. Do we even play the controversial idea of taking the pawn, doubling one's own pawns? But I kind of like having double pawns in the center of the board because I'm weird. I say that and now I'm like, why did you do that? And what is my plan? Ooh, that's a disgusting move from my opponent, because he needed to have the move c6 and pawn takes, because now how is he ever going to get rid of my knight? My knight has taken a beautiful square in the center, and I'm gonna like play this move. It's risky, but maybe with the bishop coming here, tasty. So this looks like a good diagonal. I might have my queen coming over, but I think for now we slowly but surely increase the pressure. And you can see what I meant by him having the move c6. And now my queen really wants to come in and play checkmate, the game of checkmate. And this is starting to look a little bit scary for him. All because he did this b6 move, I feel, which was very, very wrong. And if he puts his knight back on g6, then of course we use Harry, because this is getting more and more scary. I mean, if I was him, I'd just take this knight off, when I'd probably take with this pawn to stop the rook. Taking here is not stupid. I didn't see this one. Here he gets this square, which I don't really want to allow. But I'm not worried about this move, because now he can't get rid of my beautiful knight, and this beautiful knight dominates, surely. Okay, so he's trying to get rid of it this way. Okay, let's... Do I even keep the knight on the board? Another controversial idea. No, because he's... Do we? Do we? Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I don't know if that was good. But I'm just thinking, like, I can always move it back. But let's just keep some pieces on the board for now. It was a very nice night, don't get me wrong. But I want to play this, then come back. And obviously if he takes it, his dart squares are going to be very, very weak. So maybe he should take it, I don't know. But then he's going to get other kind of positional problems. And I've got this kind of idea, opening up the dart squares even more. And I might even have F5 now, because as long as he doesn't get his knight to this square, which he would have done like this, it's okay. Now, I hope there's no tactic here. Like, and I hope he can't... No, I mean, I don't think there's a tactic here. So, I'm probably going to move the knight back. But I also have queen here now, when he would have to play g6. And that gives him more holes on the dark squares. I also can think about moving the queen here. Now that is a very... Okay, I'm going to go for it. See, I can't play... Okay, let's just... No, Simon, just play it calm. Move the rook in first. You have all the time in the world. And now we go for the kill. Now we're just going to go and try to checkmate him somehow. Like, take there, bring a queen in. You know, violence. No. No, let's just nice and calm. You know, that knight, we get out the threats, and we are ready to unleash the dogs of hell. Oh, no, Simon. Just take your time. Take your time. Now, surely now. No, just take your time. Take your time. Now, surely now. Take your time. Line up against the queen. Positional chess. You know, prepare the move e5 when it suits you. And no tactics, please. Now we play it. And now we come for the king. It's the final checkmate idea. Okay, come on. Now, if this is not checkmate, my name is not Bobby Dazzler. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Just tickling him. Just tickling him. A little bit here. Tickle, tickle, tickle. A little bit there. Tickle, tickle, tickle. A little bit there even. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Under the feet, that was. And he's getting crushed here. I mean, he's got too many problems with these ones. And if he takes it, I take. If he takes, I come in. Whoa! And then I have like e6, knight take. I mean, I've got everything. So, I mean, this is the only move I could see he could try, where he gets two rooks to the queen. But now, plonk. And if he starts going this way, he's not going to last long, because that is big. Very nearly a very nice checkmate here. But this is obviously crushing. And if he comes back, like here, let's say, there's the knight coming to this square, or this square. And if he comes here, well, I can also do this, threaten various checkmates. And if he defends like this, well, I don't believe it, because there's 101 ways to win. And which way would I now mess up the position? I'd probably do this, and this is bound to be some checkmate. So it looked alright. Alright. And no, it was a shit game, according to computers. 70%. I don't believe it. We were never worse there. There were better moves, and we threw away some opportunity here. But we were just taking our time. We were taking our time. So what was... I don't like tactics anymore. I've gone off them. That game, I didn't like them. You can see, whenever I'm trying to calculate tactics, they're not working. So But let's go back to that point and just see what I missed, because I should really see why I'm incapable of playing chess sometimes. And the computer says here, Queen C3, of course. And then after this one, we take on F6. That would have been a killer chicken dinner. Why didn't I see that? I didn't see that. I saw that idea, but I maybe enjoying myself a bit too much here, actually. And now this was quite slow. I could just go Queen G4, but you know, I didn't want any tactics. No tactics, please. No tactics. Just avoid them, like the plague. Okay, so we're on 3 out of 5. This is the important part. So this is like the heart. You know, I will, like, as you know, if you watch my Title Tuesday videos, there's the first 3 rounds, the second rounds 4 to 6, which is key. Because if you have a good second part, like if I win these 3 rounds, is it 3 rounds or 4 rounds? I don't know. But if I have 4 rounds, isn't it? Because I started 2 out of 4. But if I win the next 3 or 4 games, obviously you can have a good tournament. So we started, we have to win the next 3 in a row, which is going to be tough to have a really good tournament. But you never know. As long as I avoid any tactical skirmishes, life could be good. And you can see at the top is Magnus Carlsen. And then Fruja. This Faustino is already a great player. He's only going to get better. Fantastic player. He's only about, I don't know, he's about 4 years old, isn't he, or saying? Yeah, so it's scary how good these players are nowadays. There's so many of them as well. It's not like 1 or 2 players who are good. It's like a ridiculous amount. Okay, we got someone with Chinese name, Russian flag, I guess, and a big rating. So that was a hard encounter. So let's start. We're going to go positionally again. Why not? Botvinnik English, because we won the last game playing positionally, and this is the light square strategy, which you may or may not have seen me play many times before. Now I'm just going to play positional. And now I think, is this a move? I don't know. I want to swap off the dark square bishops, because the dark squares are my weakness. Why are the dark squares my weakness? Because my pawns are on light squares and they make my dark squares weak. Now, his bishop has now become bad by playing this, but on the other side of the party, is that a square? I don't really want to put it on E2. It's not a good, it hasn't got a good potential. On the other side of the party, we quite like our position here. Quite like it. And this is why I want my knight here rather than E2. On E2 it has absolute flip all future. But here it has a future. Now he's playing very quick. I'm thinking about putting my knight here, and I'm going to do it now. And I'm definitely a little bit better here. Taking the bishop is nearly always problematic, but this pawn is now something I can't defend easily. Now here, you might take there, right? So do we go here? Or do we play some move like this? Okay, I'm going to play this one, even though I don't want to move that rook away, you know. And obviously, if I get this one in, I'm all okay. But I wanted my rook behind that. So we have to keep... There's probably some dirty tactic, like knight here. Is that knight? Is that dirty tactic? I don't know. I can't... oh, knight here. I see these tactics and I just fall straight into them. Did that work? I don't know. I guess I could always move this one back. So, anyway, yes, I have lost a pawn, but actually, I've got a feeling this should be pretty okay for me, because his knight is very bad. He wants to get his knight to c5. If I can stop this idea, then It should be okay. Now the bishop can also come round, but so he wants knight here. Queen a2 just looks too weird to be a move. Queen here, knight here, everything come. Okay, let's do that. That's probably the wisest idea. I wasn't sure about this ending when he goes here and I win my pawn back, but I do have d6, so it's. But my bishop is in the more heavy pieces that come off, the worse my bishop gets. So actually, I don't know. What I really wanted to do was take this one and put the bishop on h3, but I think we probably advised to get our pawn back here. Now take. Whose pawn is more dangerous? That's the question. Or do I just play? See, his knight is very good, isn't it? His knight is very good. His king comes across to defend the pawn. Okay, so if we do the same. But his knight is so good. It's really annoying, this knight. It's a check, okay. But I don't know why he moved his knight away from that fantastic square. I mean, this is still, I would imagine, pretty even. As long as I keep on this pawn. Now, why can't I just grab that? Because I've got bishop here. He wants to come in with a king. Now my bishop's pretty good, though. So I'm a little bit better now, because his knight, maybe that idea of him moving the knight looked good, but his knight is not good there. It's just not good. So he's coming back. And the reason I'm doing this, I want to stay on this pawn, because I don't want his rook moving simply, and he's got to play this now. Now it gets a little bit complex, right? Oh, this pawn's fucking strong. Fuck a duck. Aye. Again, I've let it slip again. Why knight there? Knight there's a terrible move they played. Was it always okay? I honestly don't know. Now he's got knight here and check, which is still tricky for me. Go king d3, king here. But I shouldn't lose this unless I do something stupid. Famous last words. And check king here. I don't know. Let's give myself this square. And I want this square as well. Now knight takes here. Can I push the pawn? Hoping I can, because this might be a draw. Even that looks not so drawn. The rook wants to come and play. I want this square for my king. gone and bloody drawn it, hasn't he? Ah! Oh dear. Let that slip, didn't I? I let that slip at the end. Yeah, very, very close to winning. And I thought this position was winning, but it's not because of this. This is why I played it. This is why I went into this line, because I thought this was winning. But actually, Rook F8 holds. I thought this was kind of winning, but I otherwise wouldn't have picked this line. So obviously, this is very good for me. And here, yeah, if I just play the rook here first, then my king could do the same thing, and that's actually extremely straightforward. So, for example, I can go here. Let's say e4, king d5, e3, king here, and his pawn actually gets in the way, and it's winning quite simply. So, hard-fought game anyway, and his knight g2 was really bad here. I got a little bit worried because I also had a very good position here, but I misplayed it. This was not a good square. I'm just seeing what the computer recommends. It recommends I check, but then what? King here, check again. Doesn't make any sense. So it thinks this is a better idea. So this is not. This is just a bit messy. Even though I'm pawn up, it's pretty irrelevant. And now I was very worried because this pawn looks so strong, and I was worried about something like knight here. But I guess I just go king f3, like knight here, king f3, and then if knight here, I can take. So he now blunders with this move, which is just a very bad move because it allows me to pick this one up. And I was going to go king e3, as you saw, and I should have, but then I saw this idea of bringing my king up, and I wanted to activate my king in correspondence with my passed pawn, but I don't need to. I just put the king on f2, actually. So, for example, king e3, check on a3, and then the king comes here, and I should be able to nurture that to a win. So that another mistake, even though this is still looking very positive for me. But actually pushing the pawn, not correct again, because it allows this king a nice square. In this position, I should be moving here. I don't want to move my king in yet because he's now got some checks. So this pawn push was a bit of a time trouble idea, but this is obviously where I missed the win. I just defend here, and I played one bad move, and suddenly it's a draw, which I kind of realised here that I need to get my rook over here. So I try this, and then he plays this really well. I mean, it's not easy for him to draw. He can lose this very easily. Yeah. And he finds the only drawing move, with not much, which is impressive. And then, of course, it's a draw here because my pawn cannot be saved. So it was a tough game. I think we both found some tough moves at the right time, and you can see that I was kind of like pushing for most of it. Missed opportunity here. This did feel very dodgy, didn't it? Should I check here first? Of course I should. So easy when you look at these things afterwards. Because is that right? I should check there. That was on move 35. What should I do there? Again, I suppose one of the fun things being a spectator is you can laugh at my moves and find improvements. And yeah, I should just check here, because then here. Oh, he's in a mating net. Wow, I've totally missed that this is a mating net. I'm trying to play two positionally, and I'm forgetting that checkmate ends the game. Put the bishop there, put the rook there, it's checkmate. What, you've got to play positional chess, but you've got to remember about the concept of checkmate. Very important in chess. Something which goes in one ear and crawls out the other ear far too often. Hey ho. So we've got 2 more rounds left of this part now, and this guy again. I would bloody lose this guy. Not this time. Okay, I'm gonna play like a King's Indian Defence or something. I know I do like the Dutch against him though. What do we do with a drunken sailor? Let's just do the Dutch and let's crush him. Let's crush him with a Dutch. And if I get 2 out of 2, we are still laughing. So we will try and Dutch him up. And I'm going to go for the Ricky Rapport line with the Stonewall with this. Because this is funky stuff. And this very dangerous. If you want to learn more about this, buy my last DVD. Go to the links below, gingergm.com, because this is a very exciting and very underrated opening. And I think, I'm not just saying this, against white setup here, which is the most common against the Dutch, it's a really good way to play. And the course that I have is a bloody bargain. It's only like, I don't know, £40, and you'll learn from, I was going to say the best, I'll paraphrase that. You'll learn from me. Sorry, we can't always get the best in at gingergm.com, but it's a very simple idea. You go here, you open up the H file, and you attack. If he goes H4, we go G5. And guess what? We attack. And this setup that he's picked is not the best setup, but loads of people play it. This guy always beats me. Not today, my friend. He always gets in time trouble. And then he plays really well. He's like the opposite of me. He's like, if I could play at his stat, and I always get confident when he's in time trouble, and I get sloppy. But he's really a dangerous. He's a dangerous mover, and this should be good. I expect his ideas to go here, but after knight here, can he go Queen D4? This is. So here, I'm okay. So he's playing extremely risky. Okay, I'm just going to take that. I don't believe it at all. Do not believe you. So he has to go here. After rook here. This just seems so dodgy for him. Do I take this one first? My king is a little bit more exposed than I would want it to be. Then queen here. Okay, but if I can castle, I need a couple of moves to castle, and it's gonna be carnage again. And Harry the Tickler. And see, this opening is bloody good. It's a good thing I didn't go rook there last move. I totally forgot he could take there. But I mean, like I say, I'm not even really thinking, and I'm not very good, and I'm getting great positions with this opening. And if you want to support what I do, then buy the video download. So we're trying to exchange off, which I don't really want to, because I'm having too much fun. Is he going to go here and mate me? Mate me. So mate me like I. Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep them on because this positional chess has bored me. And it ain't me. You got to be real. And this move just seems like a good idea. And also, I've got bishop here and knight e7. And knight e7 first seems like a good idea, because that is a kaplonk. Now, he might be able to defend with this one. This guy always finds a way to defend. Can I go there first? I want to get, I love to castle, because then his king's always open for abuse. Now, if he moves his king, now here, check. He's such a wriggler, this guy. Do I, therefore, just play this first? I'm getting ready for the knight kaplonk. Now, here. Really should be good, shouldn't it? Okay, it has to take here. He realizes he's living totally on. Oh, he doesn't do that. Okay, so if I just castle now, then he's going to take here. Bishop here. Okay, so castles he takes there, and he's just doing his bloody normal defending shite again, isn't he? Bastard. You're not supposed to defend against him. You're just supposed to lay back and die. Haven't you read the... Here, it just feels like should be winning. Bishop takes there, though. What do I play? Check, king h1, and he's just grovelling. Oh, okay, let's just do it. I mean, I was thinking about, like, moving my knight to g3, but this just feels... I mean, I can check and then go castles queenside and ask him the question of what he's going to do next, which is what I'm planning to do. So I'm planning, if he takes on e4, check and just castle. And that way we ask him the question. Okay, can't take there because there's a check, so now we castle. Check on g3, and we got h3 as well. I've done this so many times against this guy. He is such a groveler. Okay, now, is he going to go? He's going to do something. Queen takes. Does that work? Can't work, surely. Okay, here. Here. He's bloody trying, isn't he? He's grovelling a little ways. Fuck you. Fuck you. That must be it. Come on, get in there. Put on your pipe and smoke it, son. I made a complete dog's ear of that. I don't know why they say that when you mess something up. Dog's ear at the end. Remember, if you want to buy this opening, it is Richard Rapport's Stonewall Dutch. The link is at gingergm.com. You know you want to. And I really started to flaff that up, because otherwise that was, I mean, you know, I think pretty okay game, yeah? I mean, I played it. I missed a lot of opportunities, but we know I can't do tactics very well. And look, it was so winning, and then I played like a wally. So what did I do here? So I played it, looks like, according to the computer, I played it pretty well up to this point. The opening worked wonders, and here I got a little bit greedy. I don't need to do this, do I? No, Simon, you just take your time, because this is a very strong threat and he can't get out of it, so just move something. So this was still winning, but you know. And now I can take with the queen because that's on Prix. Of course I can. So I'm playing it. This is where I started to not... I tried my hardest not to win this game now. And this position is still winning because a queen apparently is quite a good piece. And I defend everything. And now he finds some good moves. And I wanted to go king here, but then bishop here check would be most annoying. So I could go queen here and start taking over there. Yeah, of course that's good, but I didn't. I wanted to stop this check. Ridiculous move that was. Absolutely stupid. And now we're still winning, but it's getting worse and worse. I've got to get my queen in here, because what else do I do? And we come in, and he defends calmly. And now I wanted my bishop on f3. This is the thing. But actually, he can go rook f6, and he's better. Unbelievable. Because this was his one chance throughout the game, yeah. So this was actually winning, and I missed that I'm taking on e3, so that was a miss. But as soon as I get my bishop here, yeah, he's clearly lost now, because I've got two pieces attacking him, and he has no checks. My king's actually surprisingly quite safe there. You know, he moves the rook. This check is game over. So. All right, what round was that? Was that round 7? So so after round 8, I'll just have a look at scores. There is a break. So if I can win the next one, get to 5.5 against Jake Shanty, very Indian name. If we can win this game and get to 5.5, then we may have a chance of getting to 7.5, which is, as you know, something that has failed me for a bloody long time now. Now, let's not do a Stonewall. Let's go more classical style, because classical is fun as well. Well, I'll go Christmas tree. This is the Christmas tree Dutch, because apparently it looks like a Christmas tree. What a load of bollocks that is. It doesn't look anything like a Christmas tree, does it? Now, knight here, you can take... Okay, let's go knight here first. And the whole point of this, you know, this kind of setup is to get e5 in, and he's done this now. And I have had this before, and the best idea is to take, throw some check in, take the queens off. So it's not going to be as tactical this game. When I think with correct moves, black is actually absolutely fine, and I prefer black because I like having these two active pawns. But it can, you have to avoid a lot, you have to dodge a lot of tricks. There's ideas of bishop c6 and a knight coming there. There's some ideas of like, you know, him coming in on a d file. So we often get an ending where I think black's doing well, but only with precise maneuvers. I really think though in these positions white is, you know, should really open things up. Now, okay, it doesn't, and this allows my queen to stay on the board, and I could also push here, but I think we'll just move the queen off now. Keep some tension. I want this pawn here and this pawn here ideally, shutting down the bishop, because if you just do one pawn, he can break with f3 later on, opening up the bishop. So he goes back, and now he might be considering this option, but that is very risky with queens on the board. So he's doing some maneuvering, cheeky maneuvering. But anything to worry about? No. I'm going to play here just to gain some squares and stop standard idea for him. I moved the queen, I moved my king out of the way because there's often a check here. So he has gone for this, which I thought was a possible move. And of course it is possible because he's got bishop here. But okay, so I want to play pawn takes, but then I forgot this. And then here, queen here. But it's my move. Can I just move my queen? I don't want to go bishop takes, really. Is this completely stupid? Because I want to take with the pawn. And this is dangerous for him, because if I'm able to play these two moves, look at that diagonal. And sometimes I can play... Okay, I missed this. I missed this, which is... Fuck. Which is annoying. Oh, man. Missed this simple idea. Which is extremely annoying. Okay, well, we're a pawn down, and that, yeah, that was. Oh shit! Have I just allowed him to go there as well? Oh, you do one blunder, you do another blunder, and fuck a duck. I have done 2 blunders in a row. Ay. I just picked a couple of bad moves there, didn't I? It's enough to throw it away, and we need to win our last 3 games to get to 7.5. And we are the exchange down. Not much hope here because I can't move this bishop easily because my rook. If I ever move the bishop here, something comes here. So the only hope I got, I think, is getting bishop f6 and then generating some random madness. I mean, there's a little bit of play here. It's certainly not resignable. This is the move that scares me the most. But then bishop here. Okay, so let's see if we can create some play, because now if my bishop ever comes to life, it's kind of like all right. So how do I get my bishop to life here without allowing this one? I don't know. Here, queen comes in. Okay, I just keep avoiding that topic for a little bit. So he wants this square. So we should stop him coming there, I think. I'm dreaming of getting... which he's just not allowing, is he? Dreaming of this kind of idea, but it's not happening. Okay, I have to come back. We just have to pray we can get some ideas now. He's stopping most of them, that's for sure. And his knight has this square as well, which is a beautiful square for his knight. Okay. Got to play a bit quicker if I've got any chance here. Well, I don't know why I'm even thinking I've got much of a chance here. I don't. He had a check there. Okay, the ending is clearly winning for him. But we will make it as hard as can be. Make him work for it a little bit. Shouldn't have to work that hard, but I mean, I have to play this whether it's good or bad. This is over now. Actually, I should have tried defending in a different way. I've just realised, but this is not a good defensive setup. Okay. Well, I mean, I've been thinking about resigning this for a while, and I think it will come to that very soon. Can he play here is something I'm wondering. I should have pushed the pawn, shouldn't I? Why didn't I do that? He's got to work for this now. He's got to work for this. He's played this very badly because my G pawn is ready to move. This is very close to being a draw. Very. Maybe it's I think this is just a draw, no? Wow. Unbelievable. We saved a draw. Ah. Well, I mean, that was yeah, I mean, a tough ending. Should, of course, be losing that ending, but as soon as he, I think he brought his king in too soon. Not so easy. Let's have a look. So first of all, I wrote that game off, as you can tell. The position should be fine for me until I just did a stupid blunder. So around about here, I think the right strategy, you know, thinking about this again, is just play e4. You know, don't worry about f3 coming. Play e4. Do this, and now the only move you've got to consider is f3. I mean, I'd love to get g5 and g4 in here, but he goes f3, so this is probably a bit soon. Just play some normal moves, as the computer said. Just play now play a5. Okay, if he plays f3, he plays f3. It's not the end of the world. You can protect that pawn with your queen, as the computer again recommends. So the big mistake I first made was here playing queen e8. Because I really wanted to take with a pawn here. So he did quite a clever idea there. And I should actually take with a bishop. I shouldn't. I get too transfixed in getting the 2 pawns here, but I don't need to here because I've got the other idea later on of getting my light square bishop in the game. So I should just go bishop takes, but I completely missed his idea a little bit later. And okay, we've gone to the ending, which of course is losing for me. And first of all, this is not going into it. Not so easy, and I realised I made a mistake immediately here, that I should get this pawn as far up the board as I can, which I didn't do. So I played this quite badly, or as the computer says, use the king more actively. So this was the wrong way to go with the king. I mean, I allow his king to come in. I mean, there's a couple of better ideas. One's move the bishop, move the pawn, and the other one's to attack that bloody rook. So this is bad, and I played this actually, frankly, quite badly. And he's done this all okay so far, and this is my only chance now. And his mistake was bringing his king. Actually, I've just got to sit and wait. And this, to me, he's still winning this. This seemed like a mistake. This is it, bringing his king, right? He can use his other pieces to zugzwang me, like say rook b7, and still not 100% easy. But as soon as he brings his king, I think this is now very close to being drawn, because I had this square for my bishop, and I don't know if he can break the blockade. And the way he played it, well, I think this is just a draw because my pawn is too fast. So a good save there. And let's just have a look at the top. I think I beat this guy Pranav last time I played, and there's probably a little break now for the next round. So 3 games to go. We need to get to like, you know, my on one of these days I'll do it, just to get to the score, which I know I'm going to be back doing well in these Title Tuesdays, is 7.5 out of 11. 7.5 out of 11 is very hard because you're playing top blitz players in the world, but if we can at least get 2.5 out of 3, we're there. Come on, one time, just one time. And my throat is on fire, so I'm just going to get a glass of water quickly. Right, so 2.5, here we come. And let's go back to e4, which is going to be a violent game, no doubt. We're going to go for this British Grand Prix idea, which is really a bit like that Dutch line with those 2 pawns. And I wish I could remember the right way to do this. I think you put the knight here first, so when you play d4, it's more defended. Now, I think d4 is probably okay now. I've got a lot of pieces defending it. And what you're trying to do in this particular system is rely on your strong centre. So bishop here probably, and then the breakthrough that you want to do is going to be g4 later on, if I get a chance. So my opponent clearly, on the other hand, going for action on this area of the board. I'd love to really block it up with something like this, but okay, I think we have to go for this and g4, standard idea. My opponent is probably well aware that that's going to be quite scary, so he's probably going to try and castle over on that side of the board. But okay, we will hint at this anyway. And if he castles there, it makes his break is b4, which of course he plays, and my break is g4, which of course I play. So we both get our breaks in. Now, whose king is safer? I'm of the opinion that my king is safer at the moment. Could change. Normally changes when I'm playing. And what comes next? Well, h4, useful move to play. Gives me chances to break him with h5. Chances to contain that. I was thinking of queen here, but then I'm wondering what happens if he ever brings his queen all the way down, because I want to have queen d2 in that circumstance. But I don't think a sacrifice on g6 will work, as he hasn't defined his king yet, and I expect that would be the sensible option for his king. Maybe I should be playing bishop d2. That's interesting, because then I have f3 from e3 for my knight, and potentially ideas of taking that one. So of course he plays in the way that was expected. Now, let's do this. Let's put the knight on this square. It feels like that is a good square for the knight. It brings in ideas of something on d5 at some point. Very closed position. And he's closed up a lot of lines, so it's very hard for him to attack now over there. Now, do I want his dark square bishop or not? This seems to be the better way to do it. So bring the queen to h3. Hold him up over here as much as we can. So h3. Yep, so he blocks that, but we still go in, do we? Yeah, we got rook coming back to stop his intrusion over there. And now we must open things up here. So yeah, I mean, it's I do feel I should be a little bit better in these positions. My pawn's a little. I've played both sides. It's very similar to a French defense. This is not really a threat, is it? Because I'm exposing my king greatly there. Let's go here. Sorry, I've shut up because I'm trying to work out what is happening. Rook takes bishop here, rook f2 takes here, rook takes here, bishop takes here. I'm not sure how much I like that, funnily enough. But I do now like this one. A peculiar position, because if he could capture, I would be up, as they say, the shit on the creek. Now, do not allow this line to be open if you can help it, because that will be absolutely terminal for my king. So we're just trying to use Harry. Come on, Harry, do it for me, do it for me, my friend. And that pawn is very dangerous. This is my dead. Queen takes h7 next move. He'd love to get this pawn out of the way. Can't see how he's going to do it. If I take here, he obviously moves that pawn forward, checks my king, and starts unnecessary proceedings. He can't get his queen to the back rank. This is the problem. Just looks totally winning there. So we need 1.5 out of 2. Whew, that was, again, I think an okay game. I was just trying to keep things controlled there, mainly. Trying not to let him open up too many lines. And it was more of a manoeuvring positional game, that, which I can do. I actually, one thing I probably should do more. This is what we call a closed structure, when the pawns are very closed. And you have to break, but it's not easy to break. And I think generally I'm quite good at playing them, but I never do. I normally just go for mad, crazy tactics instead, because I'm like, yeah, I see a stupid move and I play a stupid move. But I think, as we can see from the evaluation, this is better for white, because this centre proves to be more, it's more troublesome in the long run, having this pyramid in the middle of the board, directed at him, where my opponent sort of, the ground around it, sort of, he's allowing the pyramid to sink into his position. He's just got to like sit there with this pyramid in his way. And this g4 move is yeah, I mean, always going to give me quite a lot of play, but it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, I think this was a big mistake. I don't think he should play b3, because how's he ever going to have a pawn capture? I mean, like I've got a break h5, but he doesn't have a break. This is the difference, yeah. You need to have pawn breaks in static positions, I have h5, he doesn't, and eventually I'm able to play h5. Here we are. And, you know, even though my advantage is not a lot, this seems to work out very well. And this is, I think, completely lost now because he suddenly forgot that he can't recapture on g6. 2 more games to go. We just want 1.5 out of 2. We can't lose a game. So next game should be starting very soon. I was there was an interesting thing I was reading about the other day. It was about the pyramids. No one really, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I love my conspiracy theories. Obviously, just aliens, right? Everything's just aliens nowadays. Like, you know, who parked that car in that car park over there? Aliens. Who you know, oh my God, there's a lake. How was the lake made? Aliens did it. Oh, look at that. There's a path up a hill. That was aliens walking up the hill. Just aliens. Oh, look at that. There's a shepherd's hut on the mountain. Aliens. Yep, aliens. Pyramids, aliens. Stonehenge, aliens. I watched that crappy TV show, which is very amusing. I do like it. Ancient Aliens, far too much. But I'm rather sick of it now. And rather sick of hearing bloody aliens literally did everything. They made me, they made you, they made everything. And there are arguments they did. But I was reading this thing about time not being a linear idea, according to, I'm not a physicist, so I could be talking absolute bollocks. But I think it wasn't Einstein whose theory of relativity was did I say relativity? I'm not sure what that is. That sounds like a good theory. Relative, you know what I mean. E equals mc squared. Did he say that time's not linear? Was that him? Or you know, potentially? I don't know. I'm could be talking absolute shit. But there was this guy talking about the pyramids, and he basically said the pyramids are still being created. And I was like, what the fuck? What is this loony on about? And then he came up with some argument that obviously they are. I think it's to do with simulation, like concept, stimulation or stimulation. I could do a bit of stimulation from a fruit. Simulation theory that they're still being like rendered at this moment in time, the pyramids, so they haven't shown their true self, and more will be found of them as they go on. And I was just thinking, well, that's probably just, you know, surely we should just like dig more, you know, radars and stuff. Anyway, absolute bollocks, but it was interesting for 1 minute, and that's all I need to stimulate me. 1 minute of aliens or stimulation simulations. One more game to go, and then we can try to crack on. And this game seems rather drawn to me. Just swap the queens off and have a draw. Why are you playing for a win? I don't understand. You know, just why did you play for a win? Just go queen g7 and have a draw. I really don't understand why people. Oh, that's why. Oh my God, that is the only time. I really don't understand why people play on for a win in these positions. Boom. That's why. Okay, now this guy's not Irish. Kushko. I don't believe he's Irish. I know all the Irish players. He's not Irish, is he? Kushko. So we've gone back to the Inglai opening, and we're going to do this thing, and we're going to go d4 because otherwise I don't like them doing the classical Dutch against me. That's very rude of them to consider that a possibility. And he's playing. I want him to play e4. I'm just going to come back. Why do I want him to do that? Because now we have a reversed French. I'm going to put my knight here, and I quite like the French defense. The French defense is one of my more fun openings, and this is getting quite interesting, quite an intriguing position. Now, do I swap that knight off? I don't think I do. I think I keep this bishop now because the bishop on this diagonal has potential, and this is quite an interesting, again, closed position that we have. Just talking about closed positions, this is more like the Lego, and he's putting his thingy there. No, do we hit him with this one? do we even consider opening things up? Do we hit him with F3? I'm going to hit him with this one. Gives me a little tempo. And F3 is certainly in... Okay, let's go for F3. It's the most aggressive opening up lines. Then if he takes, we can try and castle at some point and claim that we have ideas of this at some point. So knight here, castles, and if he takes that one, am I worried about that? I'm not really worried about him snagging one little pawn. I should probably be worried about him snagging a little pawn. So he stopped me castling, which was more of a concern, but my idea is to break him like this. Okay, so he's playing with this one in mind. Which is... Now here, queen takes. This is hard to work out. Queen takes. It doesn't work, does it? Do I really have to play this move? It's the kind of move that I just don't want to play. This is just wrong, totally wrong playing this. His idea was very good there. He came up with a very good idea, but the move I really want is this, which I'm hoping I now have time to do. Because that knight, his idea of moving the knight to that square was a very good idea. And I have to, well, we have to dive in, I think. I don't see any other option. And he can take here, and then I have to centralise my rook. And he can even castle because he has rook e8. I'm not sure I like this. If he takes here, then maybe I should take on e5. So castling, clearly the scariest move. Maybe I should castle queenside. I can't take this one because it's defended as well. So a number of reasons. So this is actually... Now this move I did not expect. And if I take... Interesting idea. Now takes, queen takes is a bugger. Can I do something very clever here? No, I must take this. There's nothing else I can think about there. Now, knight in, just bishop takes. My queen's on Prix. This is a bit tough. He's come up with some very clever ideas, this guy. So, back to defending. Bishop e2, king f2. My dark squares are so horrible. I mean, if he just castles even here, this is... Then yeah, and he's just played a good move. Knight d3, trying to cover some squares. And I think this would be the safest. Now, this is the kind of move again which looks rather terrifying, actually. Because he gets a lot of play. It's just on the edge, this game. I'm just about, maybe just about okay, but or am I? So takes, what do I take with? Do I take with a queen? Then he takes here, then rook b1. Probably take with a queen. So I take with a bishop, there's stuff with this and this. So rook d3, clearly what he's thinking about. And I take with a queen, and I try to castle. And if he takes here, I go rook b1. And that gives me a little bit of time to breathe. So now he wants this one. So if I go here, maybe, yeah, that was wrong. Fuck. Ooh, that one bad move. It was a tricky position anyway, but I think that one bad move was enough. And now, yeah, I can see that this is just going horribly wrong now. Everything is creaking, and I've got lots of holes in my position. could have checked in, gone for a draw there. Why do we want to do that though? Yeah, just had this bloody move. Just to save her. Fuck. Fuck. Boom! Come on! Should not have shouted. Oh, that was a tough game. Oh, we just held on until the end there. I mean, wow. It got very complicated, and he played fantastically well, I think, at points during that game. My king was just far too exposed. The computer's going to say that we're both made a lot of mistakes there, but yeah, I mean, just managed to hold it together. So we only need half a point to get to 7.5 now, which is something I've been trying to do for a long time. So look how bad this position is. I mean, even here, this looked like it was doing well, but even here I'm struggling. So that was more just holding on. I mean, look at the evaluation. I'm getting absolutely destroyed, and it went quite wrong this game. He played this very nice idea of bringing the queen and knight into these two squares. I think he played excellently. He deserved to win that one. You know, he played very well, and the big mistake was here, wasn't it? I needed to find a good move here, and I couldn't find it. Apparently castles just about holds. Oh, bishop f1 was okay, but bishop d4 doesn't work out well. But this has gone wrong. Maybe this whole f3 idea is something that I should be avoiding. So this is okay. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. I should just play b3 and bishop b2, I assume, and play a normal game. Okay, well, there's one game to go. Let's see if I can just get a draw. It's 7.5. I've been trying to get 7.5 points for months now. Absolutely months. So just getting it once would be amazing. And then we're just gonna crush it week after week. Everyone's gonna start folding and collapsing, and we're probably gonna win this tournament next week if we get 7.5 in the simulation. There's one game going on, so we won't pause it to the next game. Oh, this one. So this is very hard to defend. Well, it is a win. This position is actually a win for white anyway. Why not go king b3? Would have been much more sensible. There is some crafty. This is the crafty winning idea. I can't exactly remember it. I don't know why white is repeating so much here. I think this is it. White's obviously studied this ending, and okay, white wins on time. So last round, we just need to get half a point to get to it, but I don't know how to draw, so we can rule out drawing. You know, it's impossible for me to draw, and we're just playing a 2-year-old who's over 3,000. Great. Who's called? I'm going to call him 4. Oh my God! Look at the size of him. Go back to kindergarten. Okay. What's the best way to draw? Play extremely solid. So, the open Sicilian. Play the safest Sicilian, the dragon. And see what the young kids got. Another world champion in the making, this kid. And I don't know, I'll play this dodgy line. Dodgy. And he's a GM. Who is it? Who is this guy? Why do I not know him? He looks like someone I should know. But the problem is there's so many kids like this nowadays, right? There are literally so many kids who I feel like, you know, they're Grandmasters, they're over 3,000, they're like 12 years old. But it's like, there's just too many of the bastards. Okay, now I'm probably going to get checkmated here quickly. But we're playing very solid chess. You know, not giving any attacking. This is like the craziest position you could ask for. Maybe I should have just taken that one. Should I just take it before I get mated? No, let's go here. Am I going to get mated here with this? It's very possible I'm going to get mated very quickly. Well, then I'm going to whip that one off, aren't I? Am I? Is that what I'm doing? I don't know what I'm doing. This is kind of the normal shit that I do. And I play this rubbish quite often. And it is horrendous according to computer, because you should just get mated. But on the very rare occasion, you do mate them. Now, okay, I'm not going to let him have all the fun. If he takes the queen, I'm whipping that one off. I don't care. Even if it's bad, we're taking it off. Now, the safer way to play that was rook f7, because a fianchettoed rook is very good, actually. It's very hard to break through a fianchettoed rook. So he hasn't done that. Now what? Okay, do we go here? And hope we don't get mated still? Yeah, okay. We're gonna try and do something there. I could have gone queen b6 with some cheap idea of taking there and knight f3 check. Well, I mean, I'd be mad not to do this, wouldn't I? Is this also playable? First? Because if I take there, the queen's come off. And I don't really want the queen. You know, I take there, queen takes. Maybe I could take there, but it seems very dodgy after here and potentially bishop c4 winning my queen. Actually, that would have been... I don't know. It's too... I don't know what the fuck's going on. Shut up. That's just the easiest thing to do. I don't know what's going on. Okay, now here... And I've tempted that knight away so I can possibly take on f3. And here takes. Yeah, that's a bit scary. I've got rook f7, haven't I? So here, and it's check. Takes e6. Okay, let's do it. Because this is takes this way. So here, am I going to get mated here? Find out, won't we? Now again, rook f7, a key defensive idea. Now knight d4 is annoying because he defends against the checkmate. So I was always hoping I could tie his queen down, but this is like the key defensive idea. Yeah, so I have to come back here, right? To try and hold my defenses together. Now I'll probably grab another one because once you've gone so far down the rabbit hole, there's no turning back. But also queen here is intriguing. I'm gonna go queen here because we have two ideas. Two pawns here. Much more to the point, I feel. Also, this one is the other main idea. Going for an ending. So we will keep our calm now and take here. I could have gone for the ending, but fuck that. Now here. Do we play e5? Let's go e5. And I don't really want the ending. I want to mate him, but Ending is the ending is the ending. Takes rook d7 is my idea. This one. Come on, Harry. Come on, my friend. Up the road you go. Up the road you fly, my friend. Up the road you fly. Let's just stop his rook coming here. Got a lot of pawns there, haven't I? Bloody hell. Back spanker coming up. Get in there. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. We're back. We are back. 8 points out of 11. Taking down a baby. Future world champion. There we go. That felt good. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go and take some more paracetamol. And I was thinking, do I have a whiskey instead? But I think paracetamol is called for. And yeah, I enjoyed that. I mean, it wasn't all pretty, but it was some good stuff in there. And I think we finished with 3 out of 3. We got 8 points. We got 8 points. What the flipping hell. And make sure you do like, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot. Thank you. Cheers. Whew. And that was a nice surprise.